Hey y'all, it's your girl Mina. Y'all already know. Today's video is going to be a big ol' start to finish wig install. I'm giving y'all from the rough beginnings. And when I say rough, I mean rough. To the beautiful end. I'm walking y'all through my step-by-step process of bleaching the knots, of plucking the wig, of installing the wig, of melting the lace, wand curling the hair, how to get your curls to last all day, a curtain bang tutorial, and more. And if you want the full tutorial, stick around. Today we're going to be featuring a wig from Nadula Hair. Yeah, very excited. So let's get into it. The wig. The reason why we're here. So onto the wig. It is long, honey. Hair long, money long. Clearly it has natural layers, which I also like. As for the lace is pretty thin, but it's still pretty opaque. But we're going to freak it. We're going to freak it. Let's just jump straight into bleaching the knots. I like to take a wax stick and wax the hair back because, as you can see, like, all these hairs are just going to be in the way and they're going to get bleached, and that's going to be annoying. So you're going to wax the hair back so it stays in place and doesn't get itself all bleached. This is important because you really just don't want to end up bleaching the hair. So shorty should look something like this. I got a lot of wax on the lace. We're just going to ignore that. But, like, you know, the hair should be all waxy like that. Okay, so we're going to set baby girl off to the side. And now we are going to bring out our bleach. So the bleach that I like to use is by Clairol Professional BW2 Dedusted Extra Strength. This is the powder bleach. So this is what this should look like. I've had this for a while because you don't use a lot. Like, if you're not bleaching the entire hair and you just use this to bleach your knots, this will last you forever. Oh my god. Yeah, it'll last you a while. And then I have the Clairol Cream Developer, and I have the one that's the maximum lift 40 because I'm impatient. You're definitely gonna leave this on for a shorter time than you would like a 20 or a 30, but I don't want to be here all day, so we're using this. You're gonna need a container, preferably glass. I couldn't find a glass one, so I'm using plastic. When you get your Clairol bleach, it's gonna come out looking like this. They have a little scooper in here, so you're gonna get a little scoop. I probably should be wearing gloves, but yeah. I always say start with the little, so I do like a third of the way full. So I have about this much in here. And then you just take some developer and pour a little bit at a time. So I'm just gonna pour about that much. If you're West African and you know anything about making pounded yam and you use the powder, you know how you're not supposed to use too much water, it's gonna be too liquidy. You're supposed to like put a little bit of water at a time and then pound it. Okay, yeah, so kind of the same concept. But if you're not West African and you don't eat fufu, pounded yam, about any of that, sorry, okay. So you're gonna get about this much in there, and you need this to be like a thick paste. So just make sure you're not using too much liquid, and if you do, you can add more powder. And vice versa. So if it's too thick, add more liquid. If it's too thin and like soupy, add more powder. But you don't want to waste. So try to get it as right as you can the first time. Right now it's still a little bit too thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more developer. And yeah, just play around with it until you get to that paste-like consistency. So it should kind of look like this. Once you get there, you're going to take your wig, turn it inside out. I like to get a wig head and place it on the wig head so I can really see where the knots are at and see what the wig looks like. This also helps me keep the bleach away from the hair. So I'm gonna put it on the wig head first to place the bleach, and then after that I'll take it off. That way it's not pressing up against the hair. But this is kind of just to map it out. So I'm gonna take my wig head, my brush, and I'm just going to lightly brush that on the knots. And then whatever I get on my wig head, I will literally just wipe it off. Sometimes I like to take a little bit and place it and then brush it out. And again, this is why you see I didn't have that much in my container, because you really don't need a lot. A little goes a long way, which is why this bleach has literally lasted me like 3 years. Like, you do not need to press down. The brush literally just needs to barely touch the lace. And we're gonna repeat that until like the knots are like pretty much covered on the hairline. And then I'm gonna do a thicker layer along the rest of the wig as well. So once I have that mapped out, I like to take it off of the wig head. Freehand is harder, which is why I always like to start on the wig head first. It kind of just makes it a little bit easier, especially if you don't do this a lot. Once you have your even coating on there, set a timer. Once you have your even coating on there, set a timer for about, and then once your timer goes off, wash the bleach off. Like, please, please wash it off. Because 40 Developer is really strong. All right, so it should look something like this. I like to watch it as well as time it because sometimes the timer could be too long. To get rid of the brassiness when you're washing the bleach out of a wig, make sure you use a little bit of purple shampoo and regular shampoo. So regular shampoo to wash the bleach out, purple shampoo to tone out those brassy roots, okay? Wash it very thoroughly. Make sure you can't see any white anymore and you should be good to go. So I'm gonna go wash this and I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. So it's been like 20 minutes. These are actually the most stubborn knots I have ever encountered in my life. Like, I don't know why these knots were so hard to bleach. We finally got somewhere. So they're still a little dark, but they're definitely a lot better than they used to be. I'll show you what they look like. So like the knots are still a little dark, but they're definitely better than what they used to be. And at this point, that's really all that matters, okay? So yeah, I went ahead and washed the hair because I had to, because it had bleach on it. So I towel dried it just a little bit, but as we're waiting for it to dry, this would be the best time to start plucking your knots because the hair is a little damp, so you can kind of see what you're working with. It's flattened, it's smooth, you know, no flyaways. So yeah, let's get to plucking. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to apply a little bit of wax to the hairline just to keep those hairs out the way again. As you can see, these knots are still pretty dark and like, yeah, they were just very stubborn. I don't know what they tied these knots with. Some of them just would not lighten. I'm gonna bring out some tweezers and start plucking. So this is the middle of my wig right here. Just gonna make a nice little part. I think it's always good to part based off of the hairstyle you are looking to do. So I plan on having a middle part. I'm gonna comb those hairs back again. So I'm gonna actually this time start with the front of the hairline. I usually don't, but just because the knots are so dark, I'm gonna start by plucking out the darkest knots. I'm just gonna pluck the darkest knots that I see because some of them did lighten, but some of them were very, very stubborn. Okay, so now this is the front of the hairline that we've plucked, and this is the side that we have not. As you can see, there are a ton of black knots still visible on this side, not so much on this side. So now I'm gonna go forth and start actually plucking the rest of the hairline. I'm gonna do this side first, and then we'll leave this side as is so y'all can really see the difference. All right, so I have finally finished plucking this side. These are the results of what I've pulled out. Yeah, so let's take a look. So this is this side that I have plucked, and this is the side that I have not plucked. So as you can see, it's a pretty decent difference. The knots are nowhere near as apparent as on this side. So now I'm basically gonna do the same thing I did to this side, and then we'll get right back. All right, yeah, we are back. My wig has been plucked. I have blow dried it. We're finally ready. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna get a stocking cap on. I'm not going to fully install this wig cap because I don't plan on keeping this wig on for very long, but I am still going to tint it. So yeah. So we're gonna start off by tinting our cap. And basically to do this, I'm just using a little bit of foundation and running it along the wig cap. This is pretty much how I tint all of my wig caps, whether I install them or not. I'm just gonna tint it on my hair, that way it doesn't get on my forehead, and then pull the wig cap forward when I'm done. Once you're satisfied, just pull it forward a little bit. So next, I'm going to tint this wig's lace because this is not my skin color. Nowhere near close, not even complimentary. So I'm gonna flip the wig inside out. I will say you can always tell the true quality of the hair after you wash it. Yeah, so keep that in mind. Hair is always silky once it comes out the box, always. Like, that is the point. But once you wash it, then the true colors come out. So a lot to say about that. I'm gonna bring my foundation back out. I'm gonna get a beauty blender, put some foundation on that, and just go straight in. I don't really care that I'm getting makeup on the cap because that's the point. And I'm just gonna blend it into the lace. You want this to be as close to your skin color as possible. You do not want your lace to look too light or too dark. And you can always tint your lace after, but I think it's important to tint it before as well, because you can't get up under that lace once it's already on your head. I plan on cutting this lace really, really short because I don't want to deal with any of it. So I'm not tinting it too far down the lace, but definitely far enough. I think I'm about satisfied with this. Again, keep in mind that most of this we're cutting off. And we're gonna put it on. One thing I do like about this wig is it has an adjustable wig band at the back, almost like a bra strap. So it's really easy to adjust it when it's on your head. This is a lot of hair. This wig is super thick, like a 200% density or something. Very thick. It's not fully dry yet, so the fact that it's this thick and it's not even fully dry is crazy. This is making me want to do a side part a little bit. I will say, for a wig that I had to bleach several times, it doesn't really have a lot of shedding, so that's nice. First things first, I'm going to tie this hair back because there's so much of it. This is a thick ponytail too, jeez. Yeah, this is definitely a 200 or 250% density wig. I think it's 250. Now, I can kind of see what this lace looks like on me. And I would say that the lace and the hairline look pretty decent. So I'm gonna pull this as far forward as I can. I think that's good. And we are going to cut our earpieces. We want to make sure the wig is in the middle of our head first. So, okay, I think we're about good. And if we're not, it is what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these earpieces. The lace goes so far down, but the hair doesn't. So it's kind of easy to see where I need to cut the lace off. One done. Yeah, like that was so easy. Also, I'm going to cut some of this lace off in general so I can see. This lace is like so long. Ooh, much better. Okay, now we're gonna do our earpiece on this side. This side is always harder for me. For this side, I always have to use like some hair clips, always. Okay, let's see. Yep, we're good on this side. So I'm going to take my wig band and I'm going to tie it on, and I will tell you why in a second as soon as I can get myself together. Okay, so I like to tie my wig band on the hair so that way I can just flip the lace back. And then when I want to put it back on, it hasn't really moved from where I put it. The wig band for me kind of like keeps the hair out of my face, but also keeps the lace in place. Boom, forehead. We're about to do a tiny forehead reduction. I'm going to use just a little bit of spray adhesive and go along my skin, all the way where that frontal is gonna go. And I'm just gonna spray a little bit more, and I'm just gonna work it back. That way it's not falling into my face. We want a nice, good, tacky layer for our wig to be able to sit on. We're gonna let that get just a little bit tacky, and then we're gonna spray some lace melt spray with silk protein in it right on top. So just another layer. This is going to ensure that we get a nice, good, stuck melt. Because if we're not using glue, you just didn't feel like using glue today. It doesn't mean you want your wig flying off, you know? So layering lace melt sprays help to achieve that. You get like a really good melt, but then your wig is also secure. Okay, cool. Once I'm done with that, I like to bring out a little mini fan. Kind of just let that air run over the spray adhesive. Okay, this is definitely tacky, so we're good to go. I'm gonna untie my wig band. She's done her job. And then I'm gonna grab this lace and we're just going to pull the wig forward. And then wiggle to kind of like get it stuck on there. We're gonna do the same thing with the sides. I'm gonna grab a comb and I'm gonna start to comb this hair back while pressing the bristles into the lace, just to really make sure the lace gets stuck to that spray lace adhesive. Do the same for the middle and the same for the sides. You can use your fingers as well, just to really press that lace in. And you can also use a brush. So once you see it's kind of like stuck in place, it's not moving, that should let you know you're ready to put your wig band on. You don't want to put a wig band on like wet glue or wet lace adhesive because that's going to leave a lot of white cast. Okay, so we're going to put our wig band on. I like to stretch it very tight and then tie it. That way it doesn't move Helps to really ensure that you get a really good melt. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my ponytail out. I had a middle part before, but now I'm kind of just wondering, do I want a side? The sirens? Is everyone okay? I'm gonna start working on that middle part while we're waiting for our lace to dry because bad bitch multitask, okay? So I started off my part. Now I'm gonna take off my wig band and see where we're at. Hopefully my claw clip can withstand the density of this hair. It literally cannot. Pray for my claw clip, y'all. You wanna hold it so that way it doesn't rip off and gently take it off. So this is where we're at. And now we can start cutting our lace. I'm gonna cut my lace in half so I can work in segments. And we're going to start cutting the lace. I prefer using an eyebrow razor. It makes the lace look a little bit more natural instead of that blunt cut that scissors give. And if your lace is too short for you to grip, you can literally just take some tweezers to hold the lace or to grip the lace, and then you can cut more from there. All right, now we're gonna do the next side. Okay, so now that our lace is cut, what I like to do is I like to go back in and get any spots that I might have missed before I melt my lace. I'm gonna get a little bit more adhesive and I'm gonna spray the metal end of a comb. I'm going to use that and basically just go over the lace and just press my lace in again, like so. You cannot melt lifted lace, you just can't. All right, so once I'm happy with how my wig is glued, I'm gonna run a little bit of air over it, and now I'm going to start melting my lace. I'm gonna take a little folding spritz, spray it on my fingers, and pat that into the lace. And we're gonna do the same thing all the way around the hairline. Then you're gonna bring your comb back out, and you're gonna start working the lace in. Basically, I'm just gonna take my fan, and I'm going to keep pressing the lace into my holding spritz and into my skin. I am going to put my wig band back on and let that melt. Now I'm gonna start working on styling. We gotta do something with all this hair, child. First things first, I'm going to plug in my hot comb and let that start heating up. I'm going to get out my wax stick and I'm gonna wax along my part, and then I'm gonna get the crown of the head as well. Basically, I'm just doing this before styling, so that way once I style the hair, I don't have too much to do after that. Boom. Okay, cool. And now we're gonna go with this thick ass line. Ooh, child. I knew this hair could get nice and flat. It was just so thick. We couldn't even see it. I never lost faith. Not for a second. Now, I'm gonna unplug my hot comb and plug in my wand curler because that's what we're going to be using next. All right, my curling wand is warming, so I'm gonna take off my wig band so we can start styling. Alrighty, yes ma'am. I'm gonna get a little bit of foundation on a little brush and just work that into the lace, kind of just like tap, tap, tap. And then I'm going to take this down. So basically what I envisioned were some nice long curls. And so that's what we're going to do. It's gonna take us a little bit because his hair is very long. And I would have curled it on my wig head before, but I was just ready to get this on my head. We're gonna start sectioning off. I have PTSD because I just burned my neck doing a different install. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, so we're gonna section a piece off. This hair is thick, so I can't do sections that are too big or else the hair won't even curl. I'm gonna do about this big. I'm going to get out some Fantasia heat protectant and spray this directly on the hair. We're gonna make sure we get those ends. Run that through. What I do like about this heat protectant is it gives some really nice sheen to the hair, which is great for like when you've just washed the hair and it looks a little dry. I'm gonna put on our heat glove because as y'all can see, I am prone to burning myself. I need like a heat turtleneck, clearly. I'm just gonna twist as I'm curling. My arms are tired. I always like to do the very end last. I'm gonna spray some holding mousse on this. And then I'm gonna get out a perm rod and wrap the curl around this for it to set. I just find that allowing the curl to set in a curl is pretty helpful for maintaining the shape of the curl. Okay, and I'm gonna do this same thing for my entire head. If y'all wanna stick around to watch, you are more than welcome, or you can skip ahead to the cute little timestamp that I have right here for you. I have been sitting in this same spot for an hour. My legs are cramped, my arms are tired, so I'm gonna take a little break, let these curls set for a little bit, but like I need a second to stretch out, text my man back, go to the bathroom, drink some water. Like, I've been dying over here, okay? So BRB. All right, y'all, I am back. Let's take these curlers out. All right, so I'm gonna start on this side because that was the first side that I started curling, and I'm gonna work my way through from the first curl to the last. So this is how the curls look when you take them out of the perm rods, which is why I like setting them with perm rods, because do you see how she just bounces back? Like, it just gives them enough time to set. They're not weighing on themselves, and it's almost like they're still curling while they're in the perm rods, because I pretty much put the hair in here while it's still hot. So it's like I'm curling it twice. So yeah, invest in these, y'all. Oh my goodness, these curls are just so freaking nice. And then that holding spritz, like everything is just working together to make sure I have beautiful curls in my head right now. I damn near need to find somewhere to go because my hair looks so good right now. Like, I need to find something to do. This is actually crazy. Do y'all see these? Okay. Also, while I'm taking the rest out, I'm gonna have my hot comb heating up because we gotta finish up. And now for these. Hopefully I gave these enough time to set, because like one side always gets to set a little bit more than the other, unless like you're sleeping with them overnight. Whoa. Okay, so now I'm gonna start taking them apart one by one. Okay, same thing on this side. Even though this side always has less time to set because I do it last, I always end up curling this side better. Like every time. I think it's because of like the hand that I'm using. I don't know, it's a trade-off. One side has to get something. Okay, so we have now taken the curls out on both sides. We're gonna get our hot comb out and tame this hair. Back out my wax stick. Okay. This flyaway, enemy of progress. Be careful not to, you know, like ruin your curls while you're straightening the top of your head. Oh yes, I just love curls. I really do. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my front pieces, and y'all know I have to give myself some layers. It's a must. I don't know why I like to do this more when the hair's already curled. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I don't know why, I just hate like when the hair is all one length, especially when it's curled. I feel like cutting layers with an eyebrow razor always makes them look a lot better. Yeah, love that. Same thing on this side. Okay, now that there's hair everywhere, I feel like I am done. I love the layers, I love the curls. I just love how it turned out in general. Like, I don't think I've ever really given myself a curtain bang. And yeah, I'm not a pro, but I don't know. I still feel like it looks cute. Like, I really, really like it. I feel like a calmer Donna Summers, you know? I feel like Donna Summers on a Sunday night, you know? Like, she's chill. She's getting ready to wake up Monday morning and slay. You know, like, just calm, just calm. Yes, I love it. Lastly, to finish up, we're gonna get our part together, take a little bit of foundation, a little bitty brush, and just go along this part. All right, I'm done. I am done. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial more than I enjoyed sitting here for so long, trying to give it to y'all. I don't know, I just gave myself life. Like, I really did. Y'all can't even look at how long the curls are. Oh my goodness. Like, do you see now why it took me so freaking long? That was a lot. That was a lot. But I feel like the curtain bangs really just brought it together. She needed some life. She needed some layers. So, you know, I had to curl her, had to snip, you know, had to play around a little bit, but I like the way it came out. So yeah. Again, shout out to Nadula Hair for sending me this wig. Shout out to y'all. And shout out to me. Shout out to me. Yes. Yes, Lord. I hope this tutorial was helpful for y'all. I hope you learned some great tips and tricks on how to make your curls slay all the day. Okay. I hope y'all enjoyed watching me freak the frick out of this wig. I will have the details for this hair in the bio, the direct link, a code for a little off, all of the products I used on this look. Yeah, everything. I'm gonna hook y'all up. Do y'all feel hooked up? Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. As always, it's your girl Mina. Have a good day. Nadula.